Hi there, so today we're reviewing the BP Doctor Smartwatch. So what I've done is I've taken this blood pressure smartwatch and I've taken 5 readings from this blood pressure smartwatch and compared it to 3 other blood pressure monitors that I have. So while the average of the other 3 blood pressure monitors were about 130/90. So the BP Doctor Smartwatch was registering about 125/90. So of the 4 devices that I took my blood pressure reading, the smartwatch had the lowest reading, but there similarities in the readings of the other 3 blood pressure monitors, and that kind of gave me confidence that they are more reliable. So if you look at the data here on the screen, you can see what I'm actually saying, and if you look at the next screen, you can actually see readings that I've highlighted in blue, which I consider to be a deviation from the overall readings, and that includes the overall average from the BP smartwatch itself. So the conclusion that I come to here is still the same. I think smartwatches that measure blood pressure are still a long way off, and that is why companies like Google, Fitbit, Samsung and Apple haven't been able to launch their own devices in the marketplace. But what I can say is that the BP Doctor Smartwatch is a significant step closer to achieving the goal of being able to measure your blood pressure accurately. So what can I say about the interface, about the smartwatch itself? I mean, it has a number of apps that measure different health indicators. So from a blood pressure perspective, it can measure your blood pressure and give you a daily average, which is here, a weekly average, which is this one, and a yearly average or an annual average, which is this one. So from that perspective, the app works well, and you can use that data and present it to your doctor. When comparing it to the Omron Heart Guide, the Omron Heart Guide is just a watch that measures blood pressure, and as I said in previous videos, it's not something that has been widely accepted by those who want to find other means to measure their blood pressure. So the BP Doctor Smartwatch is a far better and far superior device in that it also has a number of apps. So apps that can measure your activity, so be it indoor running, outdoor running or walking. It can measure how many steps, how many calories you've burnt, so you have an app for that. It also has an SpO2 app that measures your oxygen saturation, which is quite good and something that you will find on other smartwatches like Fitbit and Apple. It also has an app that measures your heart rate variability, the number of daily steps that you've taken, calories burned, and your sleep patterns. It has an inner cuff that inflates, so if you look at it, you can see the inner cuff that actually inflates to take the blood pressure reading. So I'm going to take the first reading, hold it to the heart level. First reading says 106/79. So let's go to the things that I actually don't like about this smartwatch. So here you can actually see that you can see the inflatable cuff slightly bulging outside the actual strap of the watch. I believe that that could have been finished off a lot more neater than it actually is, because the watch itself looks amazing, it looks gorgeous, but the inflatable cuff, when you look at the wristband, it doesn't look that neat at all. And then also, can you see that thin strip there? I'm not sure that it's going to last a long while. I think it wouldn't be long before it breaks. And that strap there holds the inflatable cuff to the strap of the watch itself. So that strip there is like a belt holder that holds the cuff to the actual strap of the watch itself. And then finally, I would say that because I have a thin wrist, you can actually see that the strap is hanging out. There you go. It's not snug to the remaining part of and sometimes it does catch on obstacles. It'll be good if the company that makes this watch can also provide a smaller watch strap for people who have narrow wrists like myself. So overall, I would say that I like this smartwatch. I still maintain that smartwatches that measure blood pressure are not quite there, but this particular smartwatch is a significant step forward towards measuring your blood pressure. So if you're going to use this, I would also recommend that you have a standard blood pressure monitor at home to compare with. But if you need to take your blood pressure on the go while you're not at home, I would recommend this blood pressure monitor, but not as the only blood pressure monitor. You would still need a standard blood pressure monitor at home so that you can take readings from that from time to time and be confident that it's actually working for you. One thing I noticed is that if you don't tighten the strap enough, then you wouldn't get good readings from this smartwatch. So it needs to be as tight as possible. If possible, use the strap template that comes with the watch. That can be helpful. So YHE are coming up with a newer model which is currently under development, and it's called the BP Doctor Med. And this particular watch, as you can see in the demonstration here, has a double inflatable cuff. And what YHE are saying is that this is going to be a medical grade smartwatch. So based on this claim, I'm expecting that when I take measurements from this particular watch, whenever it arrives, it would actually almost match the 3 other devices for which I'd taken blood pressure reading. On a final note, I wish the way in which you could actually charge this smartwatch was a lot sleeker. The reason why I'm saying that is this. So this is the docking station, and you have to push the smartwatch into the docking station for you to recharge it. It's not a major issue, but I think it could have been designed a lot better than this. There have been a few times where I've tried to remove the smartwatch from the docking station and I've almost dropped the smartwatch itself. So an example is my Fitbit, which is so easy. It has this as a docking unit which just fits at the back like that, and you just pull it away. You don't need to put in any effort to actually remove it from being charged. So if you've liked this review, why not smash the like button? And if this is the first time you have been on this channel, why not subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you can get notified whenever a video is released on this channel. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and speak to you later. Bye.